Hello friends, welcome to my channel. And in this lecture, I will solve some PYQs of GATE based on first law of thermodynamics. Before starting, I must say one thing to all of you. Please do subscribe to this channel. Of course, like it and share it to your friends. So the first question that was asked in the year 2016 and it carries 2 marks and it belonged to set 1. The question was like this: an ideal gas undergoes a reversible process in which the pressure varies linearly with volume. The condition at the start, that is subscript 1, matlab P1 and V1 of the process. Start means pressure and volume being P1 and V1, and at the end subscript 2 of the process with usual notations are: start, the conditions were P1 100 kilopascal, V1 0.2 meter cube, and at the end pressure was 200 kilopascal and volume was 0.1 meter cube, and the gas constant, characteristic gas constant, is R, which is equal to 0.275 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. The magnitude of the work required for the process in kilojoule is, we have to find out the answer. This is not MCQ, we have to find out the answer, and it carries 2 marks. You see, since it is given that the pressure varies linearly, obviously the PV diagram will be a straight line. Suppose this is pressure, y-axis is your pressure, and x-axis is volume, and pressure is expressed suppose in terms of kilopascal, and the volume is expressed in terms of meter cube. And this is suppose state 1, this is the beginning of the process when the pressure is actually P1 is 100 kilopascal and this volume is 0.2 meter cube. Suppose this is point initial state, and at the final state this is P2 is 200 kilopascal and volume at state 2 is 0.1 meter cube. That means in this case the volume decreases and the pressure increases. So this is a clear case of compression. You see, pressure increases but volume decreases from 0.2 meter cube to 0.1 meter cube. This is volume, this is 0.2, and this is suppose 2. So the process takes place in this manner. That means this is a case of compression. So obviously when any gas is compressed, certain work is to be given from outside. That means work is done on this system during a compression process, and during an expansion process work is done by the system. So but here the magnitude has been asked to find out. No sign does not matter here. Only thing is we have to find out the magnitude. You know that area under the PV diagram represents the magnitude of work. We have already discussed this, that area under the PV diagram represents the magnitude of work transfer. So in this case we can also find out the area under this PV diagram. This is a trapezium. So we have to find out the area of this trapezium, and area is equal to area of PV diagram will be area under trapezium projected on volume axis. So that is equal to We know that magnitude of work transfer is nothing but area under the PV diagram during a process. So this is the area under trapezium. You have to find out half, according to the formula of area of trapezium, half into sum of parallel sides into distance between parallel sides. So here you see half into this side is, this is obviously, this is from this to this is 200 kilopascal, means this is 200, and this length, this side is parallel to this side, so this length of this side in terms of pressure is 200 kilopascal, and this length of this side is, this is pressure 100 kilopascal, the initial conditions of the process, initial states of the process. So this is 200, this is 100, so half into 200 plus 100 kilopascal. Pressure is expressed in terms of kilopascal into, and this distance represents the volume, and this distance is from this to this, it is volume is 0.2 meter cube, and from this to this it is 0.1 meter cube. So this length is 0.2 minus 0.1, that is 0.2 minus 0.1 meter cube. On multiplying, this becomes so kilopascal when multiplied by meter cube produces kilojoule, because you see kilopascal is kilonewton per meter square into meter cube, that is kilonewton into meter. Work is equal to force into distance, so 1 kilonewton into 1 meter is equal to 1 kilojoule. Work done is equal to force into displacement. The unit of force is here 1 kilonewton, and 1 kilonewton when multiplied by 1 meter yields 1 kilojoule. So this is 150 into 0.1, 15 kilojoule. And this work done can also be calculated in other way also. Like here, this is a triangle. So area under the curve can be calculated in different way also. This area is triangle, and plus this is a rectangle. So area of triangle, suppose this is 1 and this is 2. Area of figure 1 is area of triangle. Area of triangle is half base into height. So half base is 0.1 meter cube, because this is 0.2 and this is 0.1, and this length is 0.2 minus 0.1, that is 0.1 meter cube. So 0.1 meter cube multiplied by, and this length is 200 kilopascal, and this is 100 kilopascal. So this is 200 minus 100. This is the area of figure 1. This is equal to half into 0.1 multiplied by 100, that is 50 into 0.1 is 5 kilojoule. Area under the triangle is 5 kilojoule, and the area under rectangle is this is 0.1 and this is 100 because product of length into breadth is the area of rectangle. So this is 0.1 and this is 100 into 0.1 is 10. So this is 10 kilojoule. This area is 10 kilojoule, and this is 5 kilojoule. The summation of two areas is 15 kilojoule. So answer will be 15 kilojoule. If it had been asked to find out the work transfer, what is the work transfer? Here the question is magnitude of the work required, but if the question had been what is the work transfer, then answer would have been expressed in terms of minus sign. That would have been minus work transfer, in this case is minus 15 kilojoule. Since the work is done on this system, always negative sign has to be put before it according to the convention. And since here the magnitude has been asked to find out, magnitude of work required or work done on this system. In case of compression, work is required. In case of expansion, work is produced. So magnitude, since magnitude has been asked to find out, So it will be only 15 kilojoule, not minus 15 kilojoule. Had it been asked to find out the work transfer, it would have been minus 15 kilojoule. So this is question 1. Next is question 2, that was again asked in the year 2015, and it is also related to the concepts of first law of thermodynamics. A well insulated rigid container of volume 1 meter cube contains 1 kg of ideal gas whose Cp is 1000 joule per kg Kelvin, Cb is 800 joule per kg Kelvin at a pressure of 10 to the power 5 Pascal. A stirrer is rotated at constant RPM in the container for 1000 rotations and the applied torque is 100 Newton meter. The final temperature of the gas. Here the tank is insulated, so no heat can flow into the system nor any heat can leave the system. This tank is insulated, there is no heat interaction between the system and surroundings, and it contains a gas and this volume is given to be 1 meter cube. V1 is 1 meter cube and mass of the ideal gas inside the container is 1 kg. Mass is 1 kg and volume is 1 meter cube. And Cp and Cb is 1000 joule per kg Kelvin. Always Cp and Cb are expressed in terms of kilojoule. So 1000 joule I can write 1000 joule per kg Kelvin, I can write 1 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. And Cb is given to be, Cb here is 800 joule per kg Kelvin, and if you want to convert it into kilojoule, it will be 0.8 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. We know that Cp minus Cb is R, characteristic gas constant of any gas. So here R will be 1 minus 0.8, that is equal to 0.2. Here Cp is 1 kilojoule and Cb is 0.8. So Cp minus Cb will be characteristic gas constant R, which will be 1 minus 0.8, that will be 0.2 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So here the work is done on this system. Always when the stirrer is rotated or pedal wheel work is always a work done on this system. So there is a stirrer work or pedal wheel work given into the system. This is rotated. So what is the work input? Here work is done on this system. So work done on this system. Here always pedal wheel work is a work done on this system. So as a matter of convention, we will put negative sign before this work on this system is equal to work done is equal to torque into angular displacement. Just like work done is force into linear displacement, in the same manner work done can be expressed as torque multiplied by angular displacement. So this is torque into 2 pi n. N is the total number of rotations here, but in the when we are interested in finding out power, the same formula will hold good, but that time n will represent a revolution per minute, 2 pi nt, but n will be revolution per minute. But here the capital N denotes the number of rotations. This is torque, which is analogous to force, into this is rotational displacement. Similar to the linear displacement in case of force, work done by a linear force, that is force into displacement, and this is work done is equal to torque into rotational displacement, and here n is the number of rotations, t is the torque, and in this case it is torque is given to be applied torque is 100 Newton meter. So 100 Newton meter multiplied by 2 pi 3.14 into number of rotations is 1000, that is 628. This is Newton meter. So again dividing it by 1000, it will produce this answer 628 point this value 318 kilojoule. This is the work done on this system, 628.318 kilojoule on this system. So here first law equation for any kind of process closed undergone by a closed system. This is again a closed system. So and first law equation is q is equal to delta u plus w. Delta E plus W is the actual equation, but for a stationary system with no change in kinetic and potential energy, that equation reduces to q is equal to delta u plus w, because delta ek and delta ep are 0 in the case of a stationary system. So this is, and being an insulated system, no heat interaction takes place between the system and surroundings. So q is equal to 0. 0 is equal to delta u plus w. W here is work done on this system, so we have to put minus sign, plus minus, because the work is done on this system. As a matter of convention, when work is done on this system it is negative, and when work is done by this system it is taken to be positive. So minus 628.318 kilojoule. Obviously, so delta u will be so 0 is equal to delta u minus 628.318. So delta u will be 628.318 kilojoule. But what has been asked to find out is the final temperature of the gas. So whatever work is done on this system results in increase in internal energy, because no heat can flow out of the system towards surroundings. So q is equal to 0 from this equation. Q is equal to 0. So whatever work is, energy is always conserved in during any kind of operation. Every bit of energy is accounted for. That we have studied according to first law of thermodynamics. So since this paddle wheel work is done on this system, where will this energy go? This energy will be stored in the system, since no heat dissipation is there, because this is an insulated system. So this work input will result in increase in the internal energy of the system, or increase in the temperature of the system, because the internal energy of an ideal gas is always a function of temperature. So in this case, delta U is 628.318. So delta U, as I discussed in earlier video, this is mCV delta T. mCV delta T. Delta T is the rise in temperature, increase in temperature. This is equal to 628.318 kilojoule. So mass is again given in the question. Mass is, you see, mass is 1 kg, and CV I have already calculated is 0.8. So 1 kg multiplied by 0.8 kilojoule per kg Kelvin multiplied by delta T is equal to 628.318 kilojoule. So on calculating, delta T is nothing but the difference between final temperature and initial temperature. This is equal to 628.318 divided by 0.8. This is Kelvin. We have to find out the T2. So T2 will be T1 plus 628.318 divided by 0.8 Kelvin. So this is equal, so we have to find out T1 in order to find out the final temperature. The final temperature we are required to find out. So we have to find out T1 only. All other values have been calculated. Delta T has been calculated to be 628.318 divided by 0.8. So we know that T2 minus T1 is delta T. So T2 minus T1 is this much. So T2 will be T1 plus this much. So T1 we know that ideal gas equation is P1 V1 is equal to MR, PV is equal to MRT. So when the gas is at the initial condition, just before the work is supplied to the system, P1 V1 is equal to MRT1. So T1 can be calculated as P1 V1 divided by MR. P1 is initially was how much? Pressure was 10 to the power 5 Pascal according to the question. So 10 to the power 5, if you convert that into kilopascal, that will be 10 to the power 2 kilopascal. Since R is in terms of kilojoule, then we have to express every term in terms of kilopascal. And volume is given in the question to be 1 meter cube. So 1 meter cube. And mass is 1 kg. Mass is 1 kg. 1 kg of an ideal gas is inside the vessel. So 1 kg multiplied by R, we have already calculated. R is 0.2 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. 0.2 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So T1 will come out to be, this is 100, this is divided by 0.2. Every other thing is 1. 100 divided by 0.2. So that will be 500 Kelvin. So this is T1 is 500 Kelvin. So T2 will be 500 plus, T2 will be 500 plus 628.318 divided by 0.8 Kelvin. So that will be, your answer will be 500 plus 628.318 divided by 0.8 will be, answer will be 1285.39 Kelvin. This is the final temperature. So since the external work is done on the system, work is input to the system, and no heat dissipation takes place, so internal energy of the gas increases. And since internal energy of an ideal gas is a function of temperature only, the temperature of the ideal gas also increases from 500 Kelvin to 1285.39 Kelvin. So final answer will be 1285.39 Kelvin in Kelvin. So this is the answer to question number 2. And this is question number 3. Work is done on an adiabatic system due to which its velocity changes from 10 meter per second to 20 meter per second. Elevation increases by 20 meter and temperature increases by 1 Kelvin. The mass of the system is 10 kg. Cv is equal to 100 joule per kg Kelvin and gravitational acceleration is 10 meter per second square. If there is no change in any other component of the energy of the system, the magnitude of the total work done on the system is how much? It was asked in the 2015 2 marks question. You see, the same first law equation can be used for any kind of process undergone by a closed system. This is again a closed system. So Q is equal to delta E plus W. We can write this delta E is nothing but delta EK plus delta EP plus delta U plus W. Since this is an adiabatic system, work is done on an adiabatic system. So adiabatic system means this Q is always 0. Adiabatic system means there is no heat interaction between the system and surroundings. No heat can flow, neither into the system nor out of the system. So that is 0. And change in kinetic energy, delta EK stands for change in kinetic energy. We know that the kinetic energy of a system is equal to half mv square, where m is the mass of the system and v is the velocity of the system. So suppose the velocity of a system changes from v1 to v2. then change in kinetic energy will be half m v2 square minus v1 square. So that will be half, and mass of the system is given in the question, that is 10 kg. Mass of the system is 10 kg. So 10 kg into velocity changes from 10 meter per second. In question it is given that velocity changes from 10 meters per second to 20 meter per second. So v2 square will be 20 square minus 10 square. But you see, when we calculate this whole energy, the unit of energy will come in terms of joule, but we would rather like to express it in terms of kilojoule. So to convert this, suppose half mv square, if unit of mass is kg and if unit of velocity is meter per second, this whole term, unit of this whole term will be in term of joule. So to convert this term into kilojoule, we have to multiply 10 to the power minus 3, because 1 kilojoule is 1000 joule. So 1 joule is 1 upon 1000 kilojoule, or 10 to the power minus 3 kilojoule. We have to multiply 10 to the power minus 3 plus what is the change in potential energy. You know that potential energy of a system is mgz. Potential energy of a body is mgz, where m is the mass of the body, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and z is the height of the object from an datum level. Suppose an object is placed at 10 meter above the ground. So what will be its potential energy? That z will be 10 meter. So in this case, the change in potential energy has to be calculated. Here you see the elevation increases by 20 meter. That means that there is an increase in potential energy. So mgz, mass is again 10 kg multiplied by g. Value of g is given in the question, that is 10 meter per second square. 10 into change in elevation will be z2 minus z1. z2 is the final elevation and z1 is the initial elevation. So change in elevation is directly given, that is 20 meter. But you see, if unit of mass is kg and unit of acceleration due to gravity is meter per second square and unit of z is meter, then the unit of this whole term will come in terms of joule, not in terms of kilojoule. Since we have already delta Ik we have calculated in terms of kilojoule, we would like to calculate this term also in terms of kilojoule. So we have to multiply 10 to the power minus 3 plus delta u plus w. So delta u plus w. Since no other energy change is there, so delta u will be 0 in this case. There is, in this question there is given no change in any other component of the energy. So no change in this. Delta u stands for internal energy. So there is no change in any internal energy. So delta u term will be 0. So we have to just calculate. This will be 0. This term is 0 plus w is equal to 0. So from this w can be calculated. So if you calculate this, that will be 0 is equal to 1.5 plus 2 plus, sorry, delta u is not 0 because the temperature in delta u is nothing but mcb delta t, and here also the temperature increases by 1 Kelvin, it is given. So mcb, the mcb which mass of the system is 10 kg, 10 into cb is also given to be 100 जूल. 100 जूल को अगर हम किलो जूल में कन्वर्ट करेंगे तो वो हो जाएगा 100 by 1000, that will be 0.1 किलो जूल multiplied by the temperature increases by 1 Kelvin only, so that will be 1 plus, so Q is equal to delta Ik plus delta Ep plus delta U plus W. this is delta U, this is delta EP, this is delta EK plus W. So that will be 3.5 plus 2 plus 1.5, 3.5, and this is again 1 plus W, that is 4.5 plus W equal to 0, which implies W is equal to minus 4.5 kilojoule. So here it is asked to find out the magnitude of the total work done on the system. Magnitude has been asked to find out. So magnitude will be 4.5. If it had been asked to find out the what is the total work transfer, we would have written minus 4.5 kilojoule. Since it has been asked to find out magnitude of total work done on this system, we know that if it has been asked to find out what is the work transfer for the system, we would have written minus 4.5 kilojoule, so that one would understand that work is done on the system. Since already it is given that what is the work done on the system, so there is no need to put minus sign before this. So magnitude of total work done on the system would be 4.5 kilojoule, not minus 4.5 kilojoule.